Welcome to Quack Co, the board game channel where every video is 10 minutes or less guaranteed. And today, I just want to have a conversation about Oathsworn. And I haven't even opened my copy yet, which is weird. You see, Alex at BoardgameCo got and unboxed his copy a day before mine, and over the weekend I borrowed his rulebooks so that I could read them and get prepared to play. I'll be unboxing my copy with a lot of information here soon. Probably tomorrow a video will come out, but today I can't hold back the hype. I can't stop thinking about this game. I need to talk to you about the rulebooks and about what I've learned and about what I'm excited about and about what I'm looking forward to. Oathsworn is probably my most anticipated game of the year. I have been waiting for this for a long time. I have been patient, I have been steadfast. I have played a session on TTS, so I had a sense of what I was signing up for, but this is like the Kingdom Death Challenger for me, right? This is the big box campaign, Monster Hunter miniature-based game with modular weapon parts that I have been looking forward to. So we have two rulebooks here, and honestly, the rulebooks are well-written and easy to follow and understand, which I am so grateful for. I had a little bit of an understanding of the game to start with, but after about, I'd say 1.5 passes through, I have a really solid understanding of how this game actually plays and flows. And I want to talk about that. So, Oathsworn, Into the Deepwoods. First, we're going to start with the story rulebook. The story is going to be the campaign part, the narrative part, where you upgrade your equipment, go down various different narrative pathways, and have these various modules. Let's see if I can open it up here and find one. We have the city board here, and in this part of the game, you'll actually be spawning little number locations across the city and deciding where you want to go and how you want to resolve and how you want to explore, and that triggers the next event or encounters that you end up signing up for. And the faster you get done with some of these different activities, the more efficient you'll be and the different rewards you'll get, which I actually think is a really interesting balance. I'm looking forward to playing with that puzzle. The other cool thing about this story event is you can come across actual conflict and conflict resolution in the story element of the game, which is something that makes this stand out when it comes to like a narrative adventure. You have your big boss battlers, but every now and then you'll take damage or actually have to do a full combat phase, but just one phase to see if you can take out an enemy. And I think that's really neat. It's, for me, it's kind of twisting the script on what to expect a little bit. Along with that, this game has this really fascinating combination of card play and dice play. You see, you have a card deck of randomized numbers, just like you have in Gloomhaven, where you're drawing to see what resolution you have. But you can also, at any point you want, roll the die, which is always going to be random and always going to have the same odds, right? So if you draw a certain number of cards out of that card stack, and you've timed it right to where you want to start triggering and rolling the die, because you can do any combination of either, you can actually lean the math in your favor a little bit. Now, it takes a lot of purposeful action, but for me, it's such a compelling idea. It's like playing the hand correctly when you're playing blackjack. And yes, it's still a gamble, but I love the concept of that gamble. I love the balancing act of weighting the deck and feeling where the deck is, and then pausing and using the dice when it's not so important, or when you know the deck is weighted against you, and playing it so that you can almost lead some of those skilled hits in the right direction. Very compelled by that. Other things that I'm compelled by. In the story portion of the game, we have so many characters to play, and I don't know who I want to play with yet. I'm still thinking that through. Part of me really wants to dive in with the Huntress, but the Huntress is more advanced. The Ulysses Warbear has to be part of my first campaign. Violent, big, a giant nomad who's seeking worthy foes to take down. I mean, it just sounds so epic. I might go with the Adentry Ranger, one of the easier ones to play. And this game also has something that I don't know that I've seen in other games. You're always playing with 4 characters, but you can play those characters as advanced mode, where you get control of most, if not all, of their actions and all of their utility, Or you can flip their boards over and play them in supplemental mode, like ally mode, where it's easier to run. Now the thing is I don't know how balanced each one of those modes are. Theoretically, controlling everything would give you the best chance of the game, but I have to see, because sometimes more basic modes are more streamlined, more straightforward, more damage. They just need to be support, right? But if I'm playing single player, I could choose to run all the characters in advanced mode, all the characters in basic mode, or I could do some sort of mix and match. And I'm very compelled by that idea. I'm thinking of running 2 full characters and 2 kind of sideline characters, but I don't know if I want those sideline characters to be the easier ones to play or the harder ones to play, right? Like, what's going to give me the most bang for my buck without making it so it's unattainable for me to sit down and dive in. Now, the encounter board is actually the part that I've played on TTS, and I was super, super compelled by and excited by. And it has a lot of cool things going. You still have that dice action, but you also have a card play action. See, you're going to have a hand of cards that represent the weapons, the items, the shields you have, and you'll be playing those around your board because they have different cooldown meters. And when you play one into a location, that triggers everything else to cycle around your board. So, getting the timing of the cards and the abilities you need to play right, it's going to be such a cool part of this game, because you could lock yourself out of some cards at a certain point if you just cycled them too slowly. Along with that, you have this whole system for how challenging you want your game to be. And I am not sure yet what I'm signing up for. You see, you have a scale system for how generally challenging you want it to be, and then on top of that, you have hardcore mode, which means your characters die, literally die. And the publisher has told me that he doesn't think I can make it through session 15, campaign 15, story 15, without all of my characters having be expired. Because you can always sub characters in. You can quick level them, you can upgrade them, you can dive back into the campaign. It's just kind of like your final score is based off of how many deaths you have. But yeah, I'm super compelled. The other cool thing is, like, you have allies in here too, so if a character gets knocked out, instead of grabbing a full character, you, like, pull in an ally. It's just an off-character companion. And if these people die, they're just dead. They're just gone. Same thing with, like, some of the weapons and items that you break and things that you have to sell at town for consequences you have. The game seems really hardcore and really ruthless. And then on top of that, the thing I was super excited about when I played it on TTS the first time, that I had fun diving into, if I can find it here, somewhere around here, it's around here, is the concept of how you actually damage the creatures. They have this positioning rule, and it's a very simple movement rule, which I actually like. It's north and then west, so identify targets north and then whatever's west if they're all equal. So simple. But then on top of that, you have this concept of fighting and ripping off parts of the body to make it to the core of the creature and get them weakened or get them vulnerable. And I love that thematic twist. Instead of, like, positioning in certain areas, wherever you continually hit will have consequences to the creature, and possibly consequences to you, depending on the type of damage and how enraged you make them. But no, I have read through both of these rulebooks. I'm going to give them another read probably in the next day or so. Then I'm going to be opening up my actual pledge, and I'm going to be getting it to the table, probably with Devin West and Shira to start with. We might do some Patreon exclusive content, not sure yet about all of that, but I am so excited. And I don't read, like, it is sometimes pulling teeth for me to sit down and read rule books. These are good rule books, they're written well, and they still have me so excited to dive into this game. So I had to talk about it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Remember, less time watching means more time playing. We'll see you next time. Boop.